You've felt it. That moment where things are finally going well. The conversation is flowing, the chemistry is electric, and then, suddenly, they hit the eject button. They don't necessarily leave, but they vanish behind a glass wall. If they pull away the second things get good, you aren't being ghosted. You're being deactivated. Look, I know that silence. It's the glow of the phone at 2 a.m. while you're reading your last 3 texts, wondering which specific word caused them to bolt. You're overthinking every emoji, wondering if you were too much, while your chest feels like it's being squeezed by a vice. It's exhausting. You feel like you're walking on eggshells made of landmines. But here's the thing. You aren't crazy, and they aren't necessarily cold. Their brain is just screaming, get out before they see the real you. Today we are breaking down the 3 stages of the avoidant thaw. I'm going to give you the exact scripts to stop the push-pull cycle and show you why leaning in is actually what's driving them away. I used to think that if I just explained my feelings better or louder, my partner would finally get it. But with an avoidant, the talk feels like an interrogation. Their nervous system views intimacy as a loss of autonomy. To them, a "we need to talk" text is a death warrant for their freedom. We have to pivot. Instead of demanding a seat at their table, we're going to build a bigger table and leave an open chair. Phrase number 1. No pressure at all, but I'd love to see that movie next week if you're up for it. Notice the no pressure part? That's a tactical release valve. You're stating a desire without making it a debt they have to pay. When you say this, their inner monologue shifts from, ugh, another obligation, to, oh, I actually have a choice here. Avoidants are hypersensitive to engulfment. They feel like they're being swallowed by the relationship. To keep them in, you actually have to show them where the exit is. It sounds counterintuitive, but the more they know they can leave, the more they want to stay. Phrase number 2. I'm heading out to do my own thing, but let me know when you're free. I can be flexible. This is a power move. It shows you have a life, a hobby, and a regulated nervous system that doesn't depend on their immediate reply. It signals, I'm a safe harbor, not a cage. Wait, before we get to the heavy hitters, we need to talk about why this is hard for you. If you're constantly the one adjusting your language, you might feel like you're losing yourself. But here's the secret. Choosing your words isn't walking on eggshells. It's speaking a different emotional language. If you want to stop the cycle of chasing and finally feel chosen, hitting subscribe ensures you see our next deep dive on how to heal the anxious-avoidant trap. We're building a community of people who are done with the games and ready for actual security. Stick around, because this next phrase is the break glass in case of emergency script. When an avoidant partner actually does show up, maybe they text back after a day of silence, or they share a small detail about their work, our instinct is to pounce. We want to say, finally, why couldn't you do this yesterday? Don't. That's a reward that feels like a punishment. Instead, use a low-stakes appreciation phrase. Phrase number 5. I really appreciate you sharing that with me. It felt good just to hang out today. Keep it focused on the now. Avoidants live in fear of the future shadow. The idea that a good Tuesday means they owe you a perfect Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. By keeping your appreciation tied to the present moment, you take the weight off their shoulders. Phrase number 6. I can tell you've had a long day. I'm going to give you some space to recharge, but I'm here when you're ready. This is the ultimate antidote to their fear. You are proactively giving them the thing they usually have to fight for: space. When you give it freely, it isn't a weapon anymore. It's a gift. Their brain stops screaming escape and starts thinking, wait, why am I running away from someone who actually gets me? At the end of the day, these phrases only work if they come from a place of genuine security. If you're saying no pressure but your heart is racing and you're seething with resentment, they will feel that. The most magnetic thing you can offer an avoidant partner isn't a perfect script. It's your own regulated nervous system. When you stop being the pursuer, you stop being the threat. Looking back at the very beginning of your current or most recent situation, what was the very first smoke signal you saw on day 1 that told you they might have a hard time staying close? Let's talk about it in the comments. I'll be down there responding to as many as I can.